I'm Susan Catcher. I'm a senior paper conservator and I work on all sorts of paper objects, but my specialism is in East Asian art. So this is known as yasha. Yasha is a dye that's made from Japanese older combs. Let it boil down so that the colour is a bit more, a bit stronger, and then we do something called table dyeing. I can do 3 dyes out of these combs. The first dye obviously is the strongest, and it's the most yellowy brown. As you do the second and third dye, I prefer the second dyeing in a way because the yellow is just off a bit, which means that you get much more of a browny colour. So initially I'm going to put a reservoir of dye on the table, and then I'm going to basically brush the dye onto the misu paper, which is this soft Japanese paper here. So reservoir of dye. Approximately the size of your paper, but I tend to overcompensate. Okay, take the paper. Pop the paper down. Take a bit of dye. Don't go too berserk because you'll get fibres coming off. So you want to keep the paper as so that's a reservoir. So that's my reservoir for my next piece. So I don't want to make it too, wet. So what I'm going to do now is just put a piece to dry all off on. Let's try and keep it as a package. Sort of dried it off. I've got quite a few pieces to do, so I'll do one more of the dyeing and then it's your turn. More, you want more on it? Okay. Because otherwise you won't have a reservoir for the next one. Okay. Right, you're a bit uneven, so even yourself up. Looks perfect. This is very much a Chinese way as opposed to a Japanese, but it's just an easier. Just bringing the colour through so it's a bit more even. So this is the paper that's been dyed. It's now dried. It dries in a block, but in order to use it, I'm going to obviously split it off. So thin, this paper. That's amino paper. You can hear it's quite crackly, so the Amici paper is much softer paper, so it should split off relatively easily, she says. It's thicker too, so it's easier. Right, so that's all the paper split and ready. So now comes the exciting bit, culmination of all that work. We're going to now do a lining. We paste the smooth side. Make sure there's a around. It's fine whilst my fingers are not pasty, but as soon as they get pasty, I can't tell one side from the other. Okay, and here we go. Get out of the way, I'm going to flip paste over them. I'm messy. Okay, so paste. And we paste Catherine in a Union Jack. As they told me when I went to China, we paste your flag. Put the paste on quite liberally, especially since this is the first piece, because the board sucks up the water. Oh, see what I mean?